The Donkey and the Rock. Jing Jing and Bow Wow lived in a city in Tibet a long, long time ago. Jing Jing kept a lot of wool because she loved to weave. Her favorite feeling was the scratch of the wool as it looped around her wrinkled hands. Bao had a big kitchen because she loved to cook. He was short, so he stood on a stool to reach the stove. The city in which Jing Jing and Bow Wow lived was very expensive. They both struggled to earn enough money to support themselves. Jing Jing wanted to buy more wool for her rugs, and Bao wanted more pots for his kitchen. One morning Jing Jing carefully walked along a steep, rocky path towards a village high in the mountains. In a sling on her back, she carried a jar of oil used for lamps. She planned to sell the oil to earn some money. When she tired, Jing Jing sat down to rest and set the jar of oil on a rock beside the path. Meanwhile, Boao quickly climbed down the treacherous path from the other direction, driving his donkey in front of him. The donkey swayed under the heavy load of wood it carried. Boao planned to sell the wood when he arrived in the city. When the donkey passed Jing Jing, it bumped the jar in the sling. Jing Jing's jar fell to the ground, broke, and the oil spilled out onto the rock. "Clumsy fool!" Jing Jing shouted angrily. She pushed her long hair out of her face. "You spilled the oil that I planned to sell for wool." She wagged her finger at him. She always wagged her finger when she was angry. "The donkey did it," Bao replied. "You should be angry with the donkey, not me." He was a young man who was in good shape. For a minute he thought about running away, because he didn't like arguing. The two continued to quarrel. Each blamed the other for what happened, but neither accepted any responsibility. Finally, Boao and Jing Jing decided to ask the king to settle their argument. The king of Tibet was known far and wide for his wisdom and fairness. He was a tall, old man with a long white beard. The king listened as the two explained the situation. "I cannot condemn either of you, since you are both responsible and honest," the king declared. "Neither of you is at fault, so I will judge the donkey and the rock." The king's men brought Bao's donkey into the courtroom and tied it with a rope. Then they brought the rock forward, wrapped it with chains, and secured it on to the floor next to the donkey. Soon the courtroom was jammed with curious onlookers who wanted to witness the spectacle of the trial. Once the courtroom was full, the king told the guards to lock all the doors. The king turned to the people in the courtroom. "You know there is no law that permits me to judge a donkey and a rock," he said. "Why do you waste your time here? Because you should know better, you must each pay half a cent fine before you leave." One by one the embarrassed observers handed the king a coin. After the last person had paid, the king ordered the doors unlocked and then gave the money to Jing Jing. Jing Jing smiled happily, whereas Boao sighed with relief. The debt for the lost oil had been paid, and the case of the donkey and the rock was closed.